Buffy, will you let your daddy know I went live? Hey, everybody. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Remember, if you're watching the replay, don't forget to follow and not just like. That way, when we have a new video, it will send you a notice or if we go live. All right, let's give everybody a second to jump on here. And I'll show you what little goodies I got as we start. Remember, when you jump on, say where you're from. Hey, Helen from Georgia. Estelle. Carrie. Hey, Linda. Hey, Buffy, will let your daddy know I went live so he can get me that computer? Please. All right, y'all. We have made a couple of different ones for different holidays of something we're going to make tonight. Hey, Cynthia from Pennsylvania, right? Knoxville, Debbie. Hey, Mama. But I think they would kind of fall into the line of tapestries, right? I'm always looking for the right word. Hey, Diane from Cobbtown. Hey, Sandra, Judy, Joyce. Ooh, Carol from Utah. Right, Utah. The Utes, Chris said. Hey, Sin from Cindy in Indiana. All right. Love to see you this evening. Thank you so much. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Patty. Patty is from Wisconsin. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sherry from Ohio. All right, let's see. Chris is getting y'all up on the computer so I can turn it off and I'll be able to see what we got going on here. I think my paper is clean enough. Y'all, I finally, after probably a year of using a lot, gotten to the end of my roll here. And I was just at Walmart today and totally forgot to get it. I think it's pretty clean, but let's just try it. Since we're doing such pretty fabric tonight. Hey, don't put it under yet. I'm going to flip this paper over. I forgot to grab it. I'm just going to try to flip it over and use the other side. I had to glue it a little bit to my table to have it. Okay, that way they can see how pretty the fabric is. Let's turn that around this way. All right, Iowa. Okay, okay, I'm gonna turn it off from here. Okay, he's got it here. Okay, how was your weekend? I know it's not over for some people. I'm gonna kind of glue this to the table a little bit, just because it comes right off this metal. It just pulls right up, but that way it'll hold it down. But sometimes I flip it when it's gotten closer on this roll to the center. You know, it's a little bit more curly and don't want to lay down flat. So we're going to put a little bit on here and then we can get started. And that way it'll be nice and clean so you can see what we're got going on here. There we go. Okay, because the fabric is so pretty. All right, let's see. Don't give me a hard time over here. Looks like it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Had my family over for my birthday yesterday. It was really nice. I'm so glad. Hey, Sherry, beautiful here. Just not warm enough yet, but 60s tomorrow. Ours got up to 60 today. Yesterday it was like 52, but it's kind of cloudy yesterday, but today it was beautiful. My mama was out in the yard. We went to Walmart together and picked up some trees together. So we're doing good. Okay. I went shopping with Chris yesterday, and I went to Kirkland's. They had 20% off and got this table runner. Y'all know how I love table runners, but not only can you get one craft out of these table runners, and pretty much all of them. You know, you have the bunny over here also. But usually when I cut it off, I cut about, let's see, let's go ahead and take the price tag out. It was regular $25. So you're thinking you're getting two crafts for around, you know, 13 bucks, 12 bucks. But you always have so much, especially when you buy them from these nicer places. you have enough left in the center for at least one really good craft, or sometimes two, depending on, some of them are a little bit longer. TJ Maxx are a good place to pick these up. Not so much always a seasonal one, but a very pretty, just, you know, table runner itself. Okay. But I love it, y'all. It's got like a little burlap bow right in the center, burlap stitching, or that jute color stitching. But the prettiest thing is this ribbon across the bottom with a little crisscross. So I've got a piece of wood. You can make these where you'll put a piece of wood at the top and the bottom, but we're going to put one just at the top. Had my happy belated birthday. Oh, okay, y'all saying birthday. Betty from Virginia, thanks Sherry. We'll get to 80 degrees this week. I hate to even look at mine. I know you're all wanting 80 degrees, but I'm not. Kentucky, happy birthday. You had a wonderful birthday. Okay. Y'all were talking, telling her happy birthday. That's sweet. Okay. But you see, we're only going to take off to about right here because I got such a good piece of, a pretty piece of molding. Hey, Buffy, will you hand me that molding off the table? I forgot. I cut it, y'all, with my little skill saw thing, and I forgot it. Right over here by the skill saw, it's a piece of mold. See that white piece of mold? And it should be another one of these, maybe. Do you see another one of these, Bo? Right under it? No? Okay, it's probably just over here. I probably just messed with it. All right. I showed you this back maybe in the fall. I went on to someone's job, like a new home site where they were building, and this was just part of a scrap molding that was on the floor, and I got 2 or 3 pieces. You can get your scrap wood from anywhere, and I'll tell you, on these construction sites, they don't want to have to pay to dispose of this material, so lots of times you can ask them, and they'll let you get all you want. And you normally need little pieces like this. When you're building a house, they don't need a little tiny piece like this, but when you're crafting, it's wonderful. But I want you to see just how pretty it is. So we're going to put this, it's going to be on the top of our, but you see, I'm going to cut it right here. So I'm going to have enough. Or see, even if I cut it the same length on the other side, I have all this in the center, this much in the center. That's enough to do 2 more projects. So we're going to do a project with one of the pieces. But I also have this one. I'm going to show you how to do one that's, you know, a little bit more simple. And I mean, and I love these farmhouse colors like this, but you know, buffalo check. And I got this one from Hobby Lobby. And I think I already took the price tag off, but we went over it one night how much it was. I think it was regular, maybe 20 bucks. And that day they were having 40% off. I usually only pay like around 10 bucks for them. At the most 15 if I get a super nice one that's like this one that's really long. Sometimes they can get up to 30, but always wait until that kind of stuff goes on sale for 40 or 50% off. But this one's not quite as long, I don't think, but we're going to use less of this one. But once before, like I told you, most table runners come with 2 sides. So you can always make yourself one. You can make them 2-sided and maybe change the colors. It's fabric. You could always paint it. But I'll have all this excess. And you know, buffalo check, I can use this for any holiday I want. Summertime, sunflowers, lemons look really good with this buffalo check. So I'm really excited about having this extra piece for this because, I mean, I can wait till the fall and put a pumpkin on it. You know, a fall leaf. This buffalo check, y'all know, just goes with anything. All right, so we're going to cut this off, kind of debate on where we want to cut it off. Hey, from Maryland, love all your crafts. Oh, my gosh, Isabella, it's so sweet. Hey, Debbie from Jacksonville. Oh, Rhonda from Spokane. Okay. I don't want to leave enough room at the top. Let me see if I can. I think I'm moving my table, and I don't have it enough where you can see it. Okay. I don't want to have, usually what I do is kind of look right here. If I've got, this looks like maybe 4 inches, about 4.5 space in between the top and the bottom. If you didn't have this pretty border down here, you could, you know, you could put your border anywhere you want it. You could do it really close to it. You know, if it's longer, you can make it longer. But I love this. It's almost like a little braided ribbon that we're going to try to replicate on the other part. I brought some good little ribbon out, and we're going to try to duplicate it in just a minute. But that's 4.5 inches. And most of the time, I try to do about the same length at the top. The only time that you would want more space up here is if you're going to write some kind of word. This would be a really good thing to maybe take to a monogramming shop, and you can get like a little girl or boy's name on it, you know, for a bedroom. A bathroom, you could get different things put on them, you know, or just initial them. But we're not going to put anything on it because this is just so pretty and elegant just by itself. So we're just going to kind of see where 4.5 inches is at the top. Oh, it's actually going to go this way. So I want to put a little mark right here. Remember, you need to leave about 3 or 4 inches, I would say at least 2, to glue on the back. You can staple it, but I like to glue it that way it's all smooth. You don't have any like pulls. Sometimes staples can do that. So I'm gonna find where this is over here, where I want it to go. And the easiest way, I always say, to cut fabric, and you know, especially if you're just going straight across like this, is just fold it in half. Sometimes if it's a thin material, you can fold it 2 or 3 times. And then you just cut straight, and you haven't gotten all kind of cattywampus on it. Let's see where my little mark was, and let's make the mark right there. All right. We are going to fold it over one more time. And what's so nice about this one from Kirkland's, y'all, is, let's see, 20% off of $25 is, let's see, $2.50 is 10, so double that, $5. So I got this for $20. So I'm going to be able to get 4 projects out of this. So that's kind of how you have to break it down. Like, and you buy like one of those little wood pieces that we do, can maybe cost $5 from Walmart. So sometimes you have to pay a little bit more, but you can get more projects out of them. Now, if you plan on just doing one project with it, now $20 seems a lot, but that's how much you would probably pay for something like this, especially if you do it a little bit nice. Y'all, I am going to, trying to show y'all and cut it at the same time. I'm scared I'm not going to cut it straight, so let me face this towards me so I can see the cut line. Make sure I have it pulled out all straight. And the thing about this one is it's lined on the back. Most of them are not, well, I guess they're all kind of lined, but not this thick. Okay, so see, we've got this other project, and we've got all this excess right here. It's probably about 2.5 feet to do all kind of projects. And this is really pretty. There's nothing going to be here but just the blue and white stripe. You know, we can put anything on that, any color. And you can see how I didn't cut that straight, but when you open it up, it had like this little place in it, so we're going to cut it a little bit straighter now. All right, there we go. So, and then all we're gonna do now is just open it back up. If you're off a little bit, doesn't look like mine is the straightest in the world, but we've got that 2 inches. As long as you have your board straight, we're gonna be okay. And let's see, 4 inches. Let's see exactly where that is. And listen, when you go to glue your board, whether you use a paint stick, which can be, it's not long enough for here, but if you use a paint stick, just pretend this is covering it up. When you do it, make sure you get your glue as close as you can to the bottom here. Don't just do it in the center and put it on here. You want to get the glue all the way to the edge of the board, so when you lay it down, your fabric doesn't try to fold back. When you hang it up, it'll kind of pull loose from it. Like it would start to do this and come away from the board. That way, if you have it all the way glued to this edge, it's gonna lay flat. Tuesday is supposed to be the warmest day we've had since last fall, and I hate to even look at ours. Where did you get the Rhonda? I got this Rhonda at Kirkland's. They're having a 20% off sale. Now, I went yesterday on Saturday, and I don't know if it was a one day only or if it ended yesterday, so you have to check. But places like that are always having good little sales. So just check. But Table Runners, TJ Maxx is a really good place to buy like a really nice table runner. And most of the time, they have just about any color. Now, they don't always have the holidays as much as, you know, Hobby Lobby, Kirkland's, Michael's, places like that do. But they always have table runners at a type of Marshall's, Ross, or TJ Maxx is a good place to get them too. Okay. And I guess I should be smart about this and do a 4.5 inches from right here of this bunny. Hold on. Let me show you the best thing. And we'll find what it is from the top, and then we're just going to do the sides. So even if our bunnies are not on here straight, our board is going to be here straight. All right, so going from all the way to the bottom, the bunny from there to there is going to be 4.5 inches on our paint stick right there. So the edge needs to be about right there, and I'm just slightly putting a little mark on it. 2. Right here. All right, so here, let me measure one more time. Here. Right there. Okay. Y'all, I don't know, for whatever reason, that doesn't look straight to me. And I know it probably is, but I just don't know. And everything looks straight. Let me make sure. There's one thing. There's the other. Okay. So let's see. I'm looking at it. I don't want to mess up. Sins Crafters. Thank you so much, Rosemary. That is just so nice. If anybody has not joined Sins Crafters, please click on it and ask to join, and I'll go in there and accept you. And you can, not only, if you don't want to post your crafts, that's okay. That way you can still see other people's crafts. It'll give you ideas. It's so awesome, and they're so good. There's relaxing, watching you do your craft projects. Thank you so much, Stephanie. All right, so here we go. That's going to be our okay. I'm so nervous about showing y'all this. Okay, I'm just going to roll my board back. The first thing I'm going to do is, remember I told you you need to get it as close as you can. We'll do a bead all the way at the bottom. And then I can fold my fabric back and see where I need to put my glue across there. But the main thing is I want to get this as close to that edge as I can. That way the fabric is going to lay down flat. And I was so worried about ribbon. I don't think I grabbed any beads. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, there we go. We're going to press this down. I think I need to slide it a little bit this way, a little bit. But the good thing about hot glue is fabric really takes to it, but you only have one time. There's no getting that hot glue out of fabric. And okay, so see how we have it all the way to the edge. Like when you're looking at it from the front, it's all the way to the edge. If you had put it in the center, it would pull, down here would pull away from the fabric. So that's really important. Okay, so looking at it from the back, you see how, after all that, I did not cut it straight. But we're gonna cut it straight now. And this molding, y'all, it's just a scrap piece I got off a construction site for someone building a house. Like I told you, they will always want you to take stuff like that, because less they have to worry about throwing it away. All right. Somebody said something about a surgery, and I missed it, y'all. Oh. Trying to remember how, okay. Well, hello from Arkansas. I did my whole house and buffalo check. I think that maybe already corrected it for you. Hey, Sian, I used craft years ago. Watching you have gotten me started back. I'm 75. Bought me a styrofoam cutter today. Can't wait to use it. You will get addicted to that styrofoam cutter. Remember now, when you get all kind of things in the mail, or you have friends that do Amazon, tell them to keep the boxes, because they always make the best. The shipping to styrofoam is easy to cut, and it's a lot smoother, and you can paint it so much better. Thank you, Diane from Maine. Well, hello from Arkansas. I've seen that. Tuesday's supposed to be the warmest day we have. Relaxing, love my rolling ruler for things like this. Yes, love it when y'all have prayers for the surgery. Y'all, I missed the surgery comment. Let me go back. You're freezing up on me. I'm sorry, Patty. Let me make sure. Hey, Sin, I'm so glad I caught you. What are you making? We are making kind of like a tapestry thing. Now, I missed the surgery comment. I don't know if it went away or somebody deleted. Okay, Tuesday is supposed to be the warmest day since last fall. I've got to go into the hospital for surgery. Oh my gosh, so not fair. Okay, now I see it. I only read the first of it, Patty. I'm so sorry, but prayers for you. Hello, can we just say it's Friday? Can you think? Good luck. Yes, good luck on your surgery. I hate that, especially the prettiest day, but I hope it's the type of surgery where you're going to be out and about right afterwards. If you wanted us to know, you'd have told us. Listen, y'all, I have the funniest story about Chris going to Augusta with me yesterday. And y'all, since this is lined a little bit, I don't have to, but I think I'm going to just tack this lining down. Now, if you were some sewers out there, you can sew this, make it a whole lot neater than I'm making it. But you don't see this part, it's back against the wall. Y'all know how I am about the backs of things. But considering this is definitely, you have to hang on the wall. You can't prop it up. But if it bothers you, something like this, say you don't want to have to sew it, and you've got just, I mean, it's not terrible, but you know, it is on up there. Take you like a little piece of ribbon, especially like your cheaper ribbon that you get from the Dollar Tree, you know, your filler ribbon, something like this. And it doesn't have to be this color, but something about that wide, and just put it down on the back. It dresses it up, especially if you want to make something and sell it. You really need to do that, because you don't want like loose raw edges when you, even if you sell something that they know is homemade. Just take you a little bit of ribbon, even if it's a little tiny piece of ribbon, and just clean that edge up. That's all you need to do. But listen, I'm gonna I forgot a little bit of paint on the end where the cut was. But I meant to tell you, most of the time we do paint these or distress it or something. But since this is just so nice and like just a little bit elegant, I'm not going to change this at all. But I am going to put a little bit of paint right here on the edge. But y'all, is that just not beautiful? And we're just going to hang it up. And it'll just be a little wall tapestry. It's really is that easy. Whatever you want to do to your stick, like I've got these cut down to do this one. And we're actually going to do something, not fancy, but we're going to do a little bit of something instead of just painting our stick for this one. But if you get like these good little pieces of scrap wood like this, I mean, you really don't have to do a lot to them. And like I said, you can always find little pieces like this on construction sites because, you know, they usually when it gets down to a little piece like this, they get another long piece, especially of molding. All right, so let me grab my white really quick, and I'm gonna have to grab my white because this is not that plaster color. It's a little bit more on the white side, so I'm gonna have to put the white on it. Buffy, is your daddy in here?
No, he had to take food over there.
To Grandma and Pop's? Because I need you to do something for me then. If you go in there where my supply closet is, on the first one closest to the door, up top, there is, on the top, on the left-hand side, there is a huge bucket of beads. I need you to bring me that bucket. Normally I would know which ones I want, but I was so worried about putting a little bow on them, or if, you know, if a bow would look good on it. But, you know, the more I look at this, y'all, I almost don't even want to put a bow on it, but we'll have to see. We're definitely going to put one on the one that we are actually going to paint a bunny on. No. On the thing closest to this, and there's a whole bunch of, turn the light on because there's going to be some things in your way. Not way, but it's a big bucket of beads that are colored. But yes, Kirkland, I missed the beginning. Where did you get the tapestry? I got this, and it's a table runner. And I don't think that I saw another one. Now, not to say you can't order another one online, but actually in the store, I think I only saw this as far as their Easter stuff. But I want to show you one other thing I got in there that we could put on our tapestry too. Thank you. Yeah, just put it right there and I'll sort through it. Thank you. I meant to grab that earlier. Okay, so all I did was just throw a little paint on the end, on each end. And y'all, I almost don't want to put beads on this. I think see how this is just a simple little jute right there? I do want to use a bigger jute, but I think that we're just going to put a little jute right there. And we may put a tiny little messy bow right here on the wood that's kind of just simple. I don't want to take anything away from this. I think it's just pretty and simple, just like it is. Because we're going to do some stuff to the other one. But this is the other thing I got at Kirkland's that I'll show you in a minute. It was like a little, it's a little garland, and it was only, would have worked out to be like $8 or something after with the little discount. Where is my big jute rope? There it is. Okay. All right. Now this size jute rope, you can buy these about 9 feet long at your Dollar Tree. And I don't want it too long, but I want to be able to, I think it needs to be even shorter than that. You know, one day I need to measure it, but it depends on how long these are, is how long you really need to have your hanging part. So you really can't say what's like your standard length. But we will grab a little bit of this ribbon. I think it came from the Dollar Tree. We'll clean that back up just fine. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back over to the other side. And even though I'm going to put it down like this, and this is fairly big, this has got slightly a little bit of weight to it because this piece of board. So not only am I going to show you what I mean by clean your little back edge up like this, we'll use this as, you know, to help our rope grab just a little bit more. All right, hold on. All right, and we're going to go in. Let me do this right because this is so cute, and I actually want to hang this up in my room. So all right, let's go about 3 inches in. So we're gonna put our glue right here. This is a pretty big piece of jute, so we may could just get away with just doing this. See how you've got so much room for it to grab on this wider piece of jute? most of the time if you have a little bitty string, you want to definitely do this ribbon over the top of it because it will slip. And if it slips, sometimes, you know, it can make other parts of your craft, if you have glue on, kind of pop loose. So last thing you want it to do is fall off the wall. You know, especially when I'm showing it to someone and I'm like, yes, isn't this cute? And it falls off the wall. Yeah, I made it. I made it to fall off the wall. I don't know, hold on, I still think that's a little too long. Let's make sure. Yep. Let's see if I like this. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So let me put a little bit of glue right here. Roll that back on there. And I hate when I have to cut this jute because I love it so much and it's just this little piece is wasted. Okay. And let that get a good little bond to it, and then we'll put our ribbon across the back and we'll have just cleaned up our edge totally. And like I said, especially if you ever want to sell your stuff to someone, you really want to think about, you know, catching your little ends up. Good for a baby shower gift. Oh, so cute. Because, you know, bunnies could be all the time. I mean, their nursery could be bunnies. You so darn... Hey, Jeff. How about a bead tassel under the messy bow? Bead tassel. Oh, that would be really cute. See, I love crafting with y'all. If you don't have your crafts out when I craft every night, trust me, try it one time. Even if you're making something totally different than what I'm making, it really makes you feel like you're not crafting alone. All right, let me get something to help me pinch this down. How about a bead tassel? What are you making tonight? We are making like some tapestries, but they're bunny tapestries for Easter that we bought. Let me put that down. Giving it that extra help on each side of there. But we're actually going to use table runners that already have like a Easter bunny theme on it, or you know, a bunny's already on there, but we're actually going to make one, and I can kind of show you how you can use your own cloth. Now I would say if you don't have like a runner that already has the seams down the side like this, to either put seams down the side, or you can actually put ribbon down the side of yours if you want to just use a kind of a, you know, raw fabric. All right, let's clean up the little sides of this. And I guess if you had like a really thick one and if you sew really well, you could, you know, put two different, you know, tapestry type pieces and then just flip them. I know a lot of people, I'm never really successful with double-sided things. I don't know why. That is so adorable. Yes, it's gonna be so cute. And I think I've got a really good bond here. Still feels a little warm, but that way, see, the back is just really cleaned up and professional. No really loose, jagged edges, but it's just as plain as it can be, but so, so pretty. And so I want to get out I really bought some just plain ribbon. You know, this has been my favorite here lately. You can get this. I got it at Carolina Pottery, but I have not looked to see. I'm sure I've seen other crafters with it and they're not from the South. So it's probably something that you can, you know, get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or especially off the internet. All right, let's see. That's that ribbon we had on the back, but I just don't know if I want to put lace in it. I think I just want to stick with my colors. And y'all, let me tell you a find I got. You know, we use this fabric that you get from Walmart. It's not fabric, it's like a ribbon, but it's pretty wide. And but you can cut it, make it smaller little pieces. Chris and I are at Costco in Augusta yesterday, and we're leaving. You know, women, we get excited for all kind of crazy reasons. Where we're leaving Costco, and you know, like you hate to be in a car with somebody that goes, oh. But we're pulling out of Costco, and I went, oh my gosh. And so he's slamming on brakes, weaving on to the side, and he's like, what? And I'm like, there's a dollar store right there, a Dollar Tree. And y'all, it just looked like this really nice one up there, nice parking lot. And I was like, they are just gonna have the best thing. So he looks over at me, he goes, you know, I thought you saw like a celebrity, like Brad Pitt or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm a crafter. I saw a Dollar Tree. So he went in there, he's like, I'm not going in, I'm just gonna stay out in the car. And they really didn't have anything better. They just had everything that one could have. They really weren't out. But it's the first time that I've ever seen this little lace in there. I've never seen it at mine, or I don't think I have. But it's in there like little ribbon where the florist part is like, so it's kind of like this, but you don't have to cut it up. It's really small already. It's a little off-white, I would say, antiqued a little bit, so it's not like a stark white, but I'm loving that. Write the baby's name on the flat. Yes. Yes, I mean, you can get it embroidered right here, so many things. But we're gonna make like a little, I almost wanna make like a bow that's not even a messy bow. It's more of a kind of, what would it, I have to see what this is called. For you ribbon bow makers out there, you may know what it's called. Where it's just one piece of ribbon. And it's, I don't know. Let's see. Messy bow, messy bow. But we're gonna use nothing but neutral colors to bring out a little bit of this plain burlap that's in here. And we're gonna use the jute size that's just like the bow right there. Okay, so let this be our background. Let's see how wide we want it. We don't want it very wide. But I would give anything to be able to buy this ribbon that's down at the bottom of this swag. Oops, I cut that one a little bit longer. I should have measured it better. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do this really fast because we got like 2 more to make. And this was really the simplest one, the one that I didn't really want to do anything to. But like I said, you can use like different, you know, like over here, if I would have used like just a plain piece of board, I probably would have wanted to paint it and somehow bring the jute in it to make it kind of as fancy or as nice as this little ribbon that's at, you know, on the bottom of the table runner itself. I love that crisscross. But we have like a nice little piece of molding, so that's why I'm not doing anything, no special paint to the top, just leaving it just kind of the elegant way that it is. Okay. And this cute little ribbon right here. I love this. And even to clean the back up, y'all, I'll show you this really quick. Even if you wanted to clean this little back up right here and you only wanted to use something this small, as long as you're like covering that edge up, that's all you need, is just something to give that edge a clean finish. Oh my God, this is so cute, it's so cute. Write the baby's name on it. You have it in Tifton, Georgia. Got some there myself. All right, listen, they have some wider too. But I love it, and it goes with everything. I mean, it goes with something you want to do really nice, something you want to do really country, you know, farmhouse. It really has just all these uses. Let's see. This matches that jute more, but I want to be able to see. Okay, so let's see. Let's bring this color in here. Let's bring our little And then our little piece of this. There's the other piece. And I want to put some jute in it. Got it in my lap. Because we actually have this jute on the bunny's neck like it is. And you can use, I think you can use really any size on this. And I've got a little tiny ball that mine's about to run out like this. The ones you can get at Dollar Tree, they're really good for tying up. I've got a little, the center part. I was getting down to almost nothing. Let's see, where's the end? Where are you? Oh my gosh, how do you start it? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is what I'm going to use, just tie it up. Oh my God, this is so cute. Oh, the baby's name. Okay. Y'all had gotten a little quiet. I was like, did I lose them? And remember, y'all, you don't have to put this little bow on it. Or, I mean, you can put a big bow on it. I would say to spray it with some kind of Scotch Guard or something, because you can actually put these on your door too. Especially if you make them with like burlap material. Which one day we need to do that. You know, one that we can put outside. You know, you can hang on a tree. You can hang it on your door. You know, I live out, y'all. I'll decorate up my yard. All of it. So when I say I'll hang something on my tree, I have before. Okay. So there we go. I like the ends not dovetailed or anything either. Just kind of that little messy part. I think it's going to really bring out the bow on the bunny too. Let's see if I can do a little bow on the top of this. So you see, you can do one and you don't have to do a lot to it. We didn't do a lot to this. We didn't use like beads at the top. I know y'all said do like a bead tassel, but I'm just gonna, this is as much as I want to do to it. I like it just the way it is. Now remember, if you're gonna put it outside, don't just use glue. When it starts getting warm, you want to use, don't just use your hot glue gun. Put a little E6000 on it. It'll give you that permanent bond. And even if it got really hot or if the sun is directly on anything you have outside, it won't fall. Hey, Diane, you're not missing anything. We're just making some tapestries, hangers out of our table runners. Could you use vinyl tablecloth? I guess you really could. The only thing about the vinyl tablecloth is you got to be prepared. It's going to take you some time to make it, because hot glue is going to melt your vinyl. So you're going to have to use like even probably, I think an E6000. You'd have to test it to make sure E6000 would eat your vinyl. I know things like like liquid nail doesn't melt styrofoam. You're just gonna, or Elmer's, just a plain Elmer's glue will be fine. You're just gonna have to wait till it dries. You just can't use hot glue when you're doing vinyl. It'll melt it. Hello, just joining. Thank you, Dolores, for watching. You can send one of them to me. I know I'm gonna be able to get 2 out of this. But y'all, isn't that just, I love it. And I love the colors. I mean, if you have like a daughter or a daughter-in-law that just doesn't, you know, do all that kind of bright pastel colors for, you know, younger people don't do all those different colors like we do. But I love this. I almost want to hang it up right behind me. I can just be my little, I love it. But you see, you can hang it, and it's really not that heavy. It's trying to turn a little bit because it's actually dangling down, but when you put it up against the wall, you're not going to have to worry about it. And it's so light, you don't need a nail or anything. Just like really a small little command hook would be fine. Okay, Let's make our buffalo check one, and then we're gonna make our one that's out of the same material but doesn't have those bunnies on it. Okay. Same thing again, y'all. The only thing about this, and I don't want this to hurt anybody's feelings, but I don't think these little ball things are me. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what we can do. If I get one of them, but I'm really thinking I'm probably gonna cut those off. I think they're cute. I just don't think it's really cute with this. Maybe if they would have put like little black ones to match this, I could have handled it, but it just doesn't seem like it matches it. But maybe we can try to paint them before I just cut them off. Because it's just like a little, it'll take paint. All right, so see, this one is 2.5 inches. So like I said, if you don't plan on putting anything, ooh, it's a stripe on this one, so I can just cut it. I'll give myself a little bit of area to play. But I probably don't need this much because, and see, look, even if I went 2.5 inches on this, I have all of this to play with. And buffalo check, you know, goes with anything. Okay. So this is another one I have, and I love, y'all, that's what I love about table runners. They usually always, now not always, but usually always have at least something on one end, even if it's something different. So you always get 2 projects out of them. But if you get a really long one like this, you know, you can do something in the center. And this one is lined too, but see, it's a little bit thinner, not really as nice, because this burlap is kind of the faker burlap in it. But like I said, I like the little good, it's good ribbon, and I love this. I'm just not so crazy about those white little fringes. You don't like the fringe? No. I don't like this white. If it was this, if it was black, I would like it. It's like it just doesn't go with it. You know what I mean? It's not that I love something on the bottom where, you know, just like that when it gives it, or this one back here, it gives it something different on the bottom. But it's like this doesn't match it. I don't know what it is about it. Could you put a scallop piece of burlap behind the pom-pom fringe? Yeah, it's like I don't like the pom-pom color, I should say. I don't like it with this. Like I said, I don't like the color. I feel like they should have made it like little black balls instead of like little tiny, you know, all this white. Sorry, Lay, where did you get the runners? The first runner that we just did, I got from Kirkland's. And this one I got from Hobby Lobby for the Easter stuff. But believe it or not, it had spring on it. So I want to say I think I might have gotten this 50% off that day. Where did you get it? I'm late coming. That's Kirkland's. This is Hobby Lobby. All right. All right. And this one, y'all, we're just going to put paint stick. And where are they? Y'all, I had all this up here. And I know I have 2 of them because I cut them. But see, we're only going to need about this much play in it. I think that was just extra for me. But I kind of want to see if we can make some ribbon that looks like this, but out of our, and this is going to be strictly chance, y'all, out of this ribbon, if we put it at the top and the bottom, and then use our little jute and weave it, and I have a needle, in and out to make like this little cross pattern. We're just going to go for it because, you know, we don't have to do a lot to this. It's pretty much already done. All right, so first thing I want to do on the back of this so you can see it is probably do my little plaster white. Where did you get it? I'm late. Okay, now the black, okay, black balls might look like bunny poop. I just feel like it would have matched it a little bit more. I just feel like it doesn't go with it. That was the only thing when I looked up, I was like, yeah, it doesn't, you know, or if the bunny's tail would have been white and they wouldn't have had, you know, black thread and everything else just to throw some. It's like it was just an afterthought to them. But like I said, I might like it. We can use the other end and test the theory if we like the little black ones better. Because remember, it's going to be hanging down. And if it's hanging down, you know, against my wall, you're going to be able to tell what it is. It's not going to blend into anything, just like the white would not. But I just feel like it would go with it a little bit better. Y'all, I was trying to get brave enough to use my little tiny saw on this, and then I was like, no, I just have to get it out. You know, figure out how to turn it on. Is it going to chop my fingers off? So I got the circular saw out. My little battery operated one. Okay. And I think the white's going to be okay with this, because you remember the little ribbon that I want to use is not white. It's really almost like it's a little tea stained. And this is that plaster, so it's not stark white. Okay. Now let's dry that really quick, and we'll try this. You could cut off the pom-poms and add that ribbon you're using. Now for the bottom, yes, I could. I mean, I hate to. I'm gonna lose the pom-poms. There's no, I mean, I could actually take it apart if I want to sew it back together, and I'm not doing all that. But where are you, my little? But maybe we'll just try to paint one. Because, you know, if it was any other color, if we were trying to go black to white, I think it would be harder. But the black paint is, you know, it's easy to turn something black. I don't want to move this too much. It looks like it may pull something. And this is just a 5-gallon paint stick that I cut to the width of it. To the width of the runner. And I actually cut 2, but I don't know where the other one disappeared. I think there it is. So if we don't like the bottom, we can do the same thing to the bottom. You just need to make sure if you don't put any wood at the bottom, kind of like a scroll effect, that your material hangs flat. If it starts to kind of roll up, maybe you can put like a couple of little, you know, some kind of weight, like maybe a magnet you don't want in the corners. But if it starts to roll up, if it's that thin of material, use something at the bottom that gives it that little bit of weight. Okay, it would look better if you had put black on this, probably. I don't know. See, now you know. Okay, let's try. You may be right, y'all. I love it when y'all tell me stuff that I know you think I don't, but I did, because, you know, holding that up against that with jute and all that, I think it would be okay, but it probably would be prettier with a darker background. All right, one more. Burlap ribbon with the lace in it from the bottom. Frank broke my bandsaw blade, so got to kick him to load. If you paint out each other one black. Okay, so let's paint this other one black, like you said. Okay, if I don't like it, then at least we have one that's... Because on this one, what's the background is actually the stripe material. So maybe if this is, you know, the black and white buffalo check, then it'll look better, the color of the back of it. So, you know, y'all, I'll just get this stuff out. I don't mass produce anything. And most of the time I decorate with my stuff, so, you know, I'm not making 2 or 3 of them. Bless y'all, I know it would go a whole lot faster, but y'all just gonna have to love me and tolerate my lip, my talking. Because you know how, I mean, when you see people and they're like, okay, so this is after you get this far, and I've got one already done, like a pie. I'm not making like 6 or 7 of these. All right, let's get the end. Okay, that's simple. What are you making? We're making like a tapestry. The first one we made was this one with a piece of wood at the top. Actually, a piece of molding. And you have to go back and watch the replay as far as the story on how you can get great scrap pieces of wood off construction sites. I mean, I did know the people that were building the house, but I'm not above seeing something on the side of the road and saying, hey, can I get some of those scraps? I mean, all they can do is tell you no, they can't eat you. That's what Chris always tells me. My husband, who was allergic to shopping. Y'all should have seen him in Costco yesterday. He's like, oh, my back's hurting. I'm like, it wasn't hurting when you paid 36 holes of golf Thursday. Hey, Sam from Wisconsin, what are you making? Still put the lace on it. I am. I'm going to put the lace on it. And I'm going to sew. I brought my needle out, this into a crisscross pattern. All right, so. Ooh, yeah, this lace shows up on this one better. Okay, we want to glue it on this side. And remember, this little part that has the holes, which we're going to sew it through. These, you don't want to put any glue right there. So I'm going to put a small bead. Let's go this way first. Down the side, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay. I need my finger protectors. Okay. All right. So we put our ribbon on it. I glued it down here on this part right here, but the part with those holes, I didn't put any glue right there. And that way I can get the flap of the material. I needed a wider piece, but I think we'll be okay. I'll just put it a little bit further up. Oh, no. Get off of there. I did that so thin it did dry before I could get glue on it. I mean, get it down on there. Okay, I'll show you what we have. Okay, so we got the top and the bottom, and we're gonna crisscross it with where those holes are. This is ribbon that I just got at the Dollar Tree. But you could use the bigger ribbon like this and just cut it if you needed to. But what we're trying to replicate is this ribbon on the bottom. See how it has like a little piece of lace at the top and then the bottom, and then they put the jute crisscross in it. And we're gonna see, it may turn out to be horrible, and we're like, oh, this is terrible. You let me make the mistake, and then, so you know not to do it or not. Okay, this is what I got from the Dollar Tree. I think not only is this gonna be small enough to go in, I've got a really big needle, I'll show you. But I think it's the perfect size. I don't think you would want anything really big. They have some that's even smaller than this, but I didn't bring it out here. I only brought this. But you can get these in any sewing department, whether it's Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and they're actually furniture needles. It calls them decorator needles, but they're meant for like if you, it had a curved needle on here, but you see how big these needles are? We don't so much need the needle, but for a lot of thread, you just need, I only had like little tiny needles that there's no way that I could have gotten this jute threaded through it. And they're not too bad. See, like here's one of the smaller ones. But sometimes you can get those plastic hooks for kids. I guess that's why they make them. They're plastic. They usually have a pretty big eye in them, the plastic ones. So just look at those plastic ones first. I just actually have these. If you ever need to repair furniture. Like if you get a tear in the furniture, this is the kind of needles that you need. Something that's really long like this. So, hey, Cian from North Carolina. Hey, Connie, my husband. Same way, just leave him at home. I was, but you know, even he was like Friday night, he's like, listen, let's go to Augusta. I want to eat somewhere really nice. We went to Bonefish, and we really did have a great lunch. Went to Lowe's, Lord, and we waited an hour to pick up my mama's love seat. She had already ordered outdoor love seat, but yeah, he's allergic to shopping. I'm telling him about you in Costco yesterday, Chris. So my back was hurting. He was leaning all against the wall.
My back hurts.
Yeah, but when you played 36 holes of golf the other day, I bet it wasn't hurting too bad. He didn't say anything.
Well, you get to sit down a lot.
Oh, you get to sit down a lot. Yes, it was so nice. It was really good. I mean, we didn't eat one thing at Bonefish that wasn't good. I mean, we went and we got the appetizer. We got like 2 appetizers, and Chris got, he said he wanted surf and turf. Okay, so I'm going to go into these holes, y'all, and I think it may just be easy for me to crisscross all the way back and then crisscross back instead of trying to make an X, because I don't want to be on here real long, making y'all wait, and maybe every other one. But y'all, it seems to be working good, and most of the time my little ideas don't always turn out easy. I usually do them, but they're never easy. Okay, but make sure you have it glued down good. That was gonna try to come up.
Ren watching?
Ren, I don't know, Ren, are you on here? You know, when I didn't come on here Wednesday night, but I came on Thursday. But remember, y'all, I'm doing Sunday night, so I'm not doing Friday night. Well, she texted me Friday, where are you? And I'm like, girl, oh, I'm watching TV with my man. You know, Chris and I we really took it easy Friday night because we knew we were going to go shopping. And I was like, remember, I don't do Fridays because I do Sundays. All right. Y'all, this seems to be pretty easy. I started to kind of glue this so it wouldn't come undone, but I think because it's the jute, it's got the little snags on them, it's really not like you're pulling. And I'm going like skipping 2 on each one. So let's see. Because I think you probably could. And if I wasn't on here live, maybe I'd go every other one. But I want to hold y'all up, and I think it's... But you see, it's going right through it. Hold on, I'll hold it up. And I'm just doing every other one because I'm going to come back the other way. And I'm kind of liking the one with black. Maybe on the white, it wouldn't have looked as pretty. And this, this long needle, I think, is kind of making it easy too. Because I'm able to be in one side and go all the way over to the other side. So if you have one, use these. But the plastic one, I think, has a bigger eye on it too. What are those? Were those plastic things made for kids? Or do they just want to make one out of plastic? I can't remember. You have some great ideas. Thank you, thank you. I just saw that on the bottom and I was like, I love it, but it looks like they stitched it. So I'm like, I can't stitch jute. I don't have those kind of machines. But I love this. And it's just something different. Maybe we'll come up with some other project to do it where it would be more the focal point. These would be really cut pretty letters. Like if there's somehow you could do it and make it like letters or numbers or something. All right, that is pretty much the end on that one. Okay, we got to go back down the other way. So there's one way. All right, bonefish, yeah. Okay, Ren is on here. Ren, y'all tell Ren don't text me getting on my behind. They are for making pot holders. Okay, so that's why they're plastic. They are crocheting hooks. I thought crocheting hooks were no. I'm talking about it looks just. Oh, you're saying like when you put squares together. Okay, so look in that department. It was funny today. I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday, and today hubby said he's going to his Dollar Tree. I asked, where you going? He said Home Depot. Yes, they have their places they like to go. We went to Lowe's. Now, I do like going to Lowe's, but, I only like to go in there and look at the plants and all that stuff. Okay, remember we used we left 2 spaces. So you are going to have like a little space, but I think it's still going to be, you're still going to get a good X out of it, even though you're not going through every hole. Oh my gosh, y'all, I love this. Okay. Look at it so far. That just looked like an awesome piece of ribbon. I wish you didn't have to put it on a board, but, you have to hold those 2 sides down somehow. Ren used to send me all kind of pictures of her crafts, and she hadn't sent me her crafts lately. And she makes good crafts, y'all. She is a crafter like y'all are. Even though she did send me something really cute for Valentine's Day. A picture of something she did. Looking good. Caught you live. I'm so glad, Jean. The old rag holds. Old rag holds. Oh, you mean I don't know crochet terminology, but so are you meaning like the crochet squares? Is that what they're called? Yarn needles. Okay, yeah. Try yarn needle because, like I said, the thing is what you can get this jute through. It's not, you don't have to have this long needle. It's just the only thing I could find that had a really big eye on it, because I just had like the little cheap needles that you just get a ton of them, and they were all like, I couldn't have probably put the smaller jute that I have than this in there. All right. And I'm going to buy a lottery ticket, which I never do if I've gotten a perfect amount of yarn. Or jute that I cut. Oh, but I'm getting close. Yeah, I don't ever play the lottery, but I always tell Chris what I'd want to do with the lottery, and his answer after I've talked his head off about it is, well, first thing you have to do is play the lottery. And I'm like, quit busting my lottery bubble. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at how cute. So let's see. We were kind of going for this look. And besides the black, I don't think we did too bad. We just have a bigger version. But remember, this is our top piece. This is just a little small piece at the bottom. But don't you wish you could find that ribbon? I love that. Okay. All right, so I reckon I should just tie a little knot. And just, okay, I'm gonna pull it over here to the back. I don't really know, and I don't want to have like a knot just on one end. Maybe if you were to cut it and when you went back and forth and you had like 2 ends, that would be pretty cool. I just like it to match. Yeah, I went down every aisle in Costco too, just dragging Chris. It was kind of funny. Because once we started going up to the top, I didn't hear anything about that back. You could maybe hold your ribbon down with double stick tape to do it off the board, and then you done stitching it together, you could pull the tape off. Oh, you're meaning like try to make it without it. Yes. Yeah. See? I don't just craft because I like y'all to watch me. I craft because y'all help me. One of my okay, so here we are. If you can see, we did a stitch all the way across, and I'm loving it. And I think it would look, even have a different look doing it against the white back. But I think I like this better because you're able to see stitching from afar what it is. This one, I think you'd have to get pretty close to see what it is. All right, so let's see what it's going to look like on the top of our bunny. Oh, I like. All right. Oh my gosh, I really like it. The top, hold on, let me see if I can fold it down and give you the effect on what it's going to look like. Oh, I like it, but see, I do not like them balls. But like you said, maybe I can just put the lace at the bottom. Yeah, I think I can live with that more. But it's just, it's because it's that white. Y'all, I don't know what they were thinking. I think they were just grabbing some scraps up. Okay. All right, so let me put a good little portion. Remember, especially with this, and this is smaller. So you're really gonna need it to lay flat. We got it all on that edge up there really good. And let's get that edge down. Now I'm hoping this stuff, it seems pretty straight. I'm going by the square, or the, oh, my nail grabbed that. So we've got time back, we've got room back here to cut this. Let's see. We'll cut it on that line. Love that. That looks great. And if you did it on the bottom, it would look so good. I know. But I know y'all don't want to watch me do that all over again. Okay, let's get this liner laying down. And then lay down flat. Okay. Let that bond just a little bit. But y'all, oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, the black was perfect. I need to go back and see who it was that said do black, because that was perfect. Okay, like if we had another one, do that at the bottom. Oh. All right. I almost hate to put anything at the top to cover how pretty that is up. All right, so I think, let's try one step. Since I got this out, let's just try. Because like I said, I think if it was black, I could tolerate it. Let me put that below it. It just kind of looks like an afterthought. Well, at least it's painting well. Like I said, it's easy to go from any kind of color to black. It always has good coverage. Okay. See, if it was a black, y'all, I know it seems like it's gonna fade into the back, but what do you think? Put the lace and some of the burlap the same color at the bunnies at the bottom. Yeah, I think we're gonna, like you said, it's going to look like our little doo-doo balls then, or poopy balls, whatever y'all were trying to be all nice about it. All right, let me get this one out of the way so I don't put my fingers in it anymore and get it on the front of it. Well, at least I'll tell you this, and they're kind of cheapy too, y'all. I like these little balls, though. They would make a good little project. I'd like for little bunny things. I think I'm gonna put them in my little jar over here Gina made for me. I love it. Y'all be so proud of me. I got like a little trash can over here. Yes, black. Y'all both said, yeah, black, and I'm cutting them all. What I may do is, how about we'll do this? What if I go ahead and paint the stick black and put the lace on it, and I'll go back and sew it up after we get off of here. So we'll do that. Because I really do like that, y'all, and I think y'all like it too. And y'all saw, it's not that, I mean, the time-consuming part was the lacing part, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the lace on here, and I'll go back and crisscross it after we get off and then take a picture of them for you. And these are just 5-gallon paint sticks that I cut off the width of your, but like we've talked before, we're painting these. A piece of the foam poster board, do the same thing. And the poster board, you could glue the ribbon to. I could have done everything that I'm doing right now to this like stick. I could have done to a piece of foam board, a poster foam board. And you can't tell that's a piece of wood because we put all that ribbon and burlap and all that stuff on the top of it. But the black did look a little bit better on there. I just think I would have made a mess if I would have kept trying to paint it. I should have just done that and said, oh, look how cute it is with a little black on the bottom. Y'all would have never known it was white unless you went and got one. That to be good, same as the top. Yes, use the board paint in black down the lace and same on the bottom. Put the white balls around the top and scatter over the bunny. Now you have tail. Okay, I'm not reading that comment real well. I think I'm messing it up. Let's see. Put the white balls, and why do I keep? That's the one thing up here that I can never get down good is where to put this heat gun where it won't drop and knock my light over and everything else. I didn't paint the other end. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the one good thing I like about chalk paint too, is it doesn't take that long for it to dry. Even with the heat gun, even without the heat gun, it dries fairly fast, especially on wood, because it soaks in. All right, and I wanted to keep this down. I am not going over, yeah, an hour and a half, so we're just gonna do these two. Okay. All right, so, nope. We need to glue this one on the edge. Okay, that's all I did was glue it that end. Remember the little loops like this. Do not put your glue on it. Ooh. this way. All on the end. Clip those ends good. And cut these ends. So that's what it looks like before you do the crisscross. And you know, that center part, we didn't glue that. That's the part we're gonna stitch to make it, if you're just jumping on, look like this. It's gonna go from this to this with our little jute. But I'm just gonna put this, and y'all, even if you just put the ribbon on here, look how different it looks, but still good as far as, and this, the same thing. You don't want to put your glue just in the center, because when you lift it up, if you just put it in the center, you don't put it down, the board will kind of, it'll try to like move. So make sure you've got it on this side, all on the top part. So I'm going to put it on here. All the way down, and then find an edge. Let me let that bond, and I'll do the other little part. What's your cat doing tonight? Is he under your feet? No, I don't know where feet was. I see one's asleep up there, probably outside with Chris. Chris was cooking outside earlier, and that's why they're going in and out. And I'm sure he's out there sitting with his daddy. Is Pink outside with y'all? Yeah. Buffy said he's on the porch. Yeah, he probably got old to him. He thought, you know, I was real cool at first, and now he's like, oh, she's doing that every night. She's not cool. So. But if he was inside, he'd want to come in here. Maybe tomorrow night, because I don't want to do so much in one night. We've only did 2. Tomorrow, I'll bring the blue out, and we'll do that really quick, and then I'll do what we have planned tomorrow. Okay, so right now, it looks like this is just like that, but remember, it'll have that crisscross when we finish. But y'all, isn't that awesome? I love that. Okay, so now, and this one we'll be able to put a big little, and I think again, I want to do beads on them again. I think I just want to do just like we did on the other one, a messy little bow. But this one we'll be able to, I got some really cute ribbon. Turn this over. Love it. Looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I love it too. And I mean, all we did was just add a little bit of ribbon and jute to our sticks. You know, still this, you know, the table runner is still doing everything it's doing all on its own. We're just adding little cute things together. Because I'm not a big table runner person. You know, as much as I love my tablescapes, I don't do table runners. I don't, not that I don't like them, but the part that hangs off kind of at the end is the part that I don't see on my table. Because, you know, and the center is just like a piece of material. So I don't do table runners that much, but I love to do crafts with them. And they're always so pretty. You know, the end is always just the prettiest part of it. All right, so this one we're going to do 2.5 in. Same thing. This one will be pretty wide, but we'll still put a piece of ribbon over it just to clean it up. Okay, we'll come in 2.5. Let's find where that is. Hold on. Yep, exactly 2.5. All right. All right, I'm just getting my glue here. I'm gonna clean up this edge and give it that jute just a little bit more support. Ow. Great job. Sprinkles, tassel beads under the messy bow. We'll see. Love this one too. Okay. I know, I like this one too. I mean, I love the other one just because it's just so pretty, just, you know, just the way it is. But this one we really made, adding all that stuff. We made it super, super cute. Oops, is that glue? Why did it get way down there? Okay. All right, we cleaned up that back edge really well. And y'all, I'm loving it, loving it. I'm loving those ribbon stuff. All right, now I got different ribbon out. That one's a little bit lighter, but that one's a little bit darker. Do we have something in between? Can I get an in between? Yes. Okay. All right, so I bought out, did bring out some polka dots. Trying to bring that black in here too. Got a new ribbon that I hadn't used, and I got one that almost looks not like burlap, but it does have that like maybe like little background, and it brings the white in it a little bit. All right, and I think we already have the polka dot, so we don't need this polka dot. And I do have some raffia. You're always telling me about not bringing out raffia. We'll add a little bit in there, our messy bow. Okay, so. All right, all right. I want to bring in this or the polka dot. Not, I think I'm going to do the stripe. Y'all have such a good time when I go in there now. I can like get all my ribbon out on my little ribbon wall. I love it. I think this is kind of too big, but let's do the smaller on this. And it's a little bit more white instead of off-white. Solid black. And this actually has white and black in it. I thought I just needed something since this was black and white instead of like separating all out the colors. Because I have so much that's black and or like a burlappy color. But I didn't have, it's rare that I bring out the raffia. Okay. Let's see. Let's put this on the background. Oh, let's put this in the very back. All right, and let's put some of that, the little ribbon we've been working with in here, just because we have that in our borders. Where is my little, there it is. Had it up here sewing with it. Love the transformation you done this run of beauty. Thank you. Where did you find your ribbon? I get it, Judy, all kind of different places. My favorite place is Carolina Pottery, probably the Dollar Tree. If I ever pick up seasoned ribbon and like Hobby Lobby, it would be like where all that seasoning is. I rarely go into where their ribbon is. Michael's, I like to get Michael's sales, but Michael's, I really like how, like if it's the 4th of July, they'll have all their 4th of July up with their 4th of July stuff, kind of like Hobby Lobby does. That's the only time I tend to buy ribbon at those kind of places. But I love burlap ribbon. I'll buy a lot when I'm in Walmart. Back there, like in the craft section, because they will tend to have it with like the other rolls of burlap. I think I might have did this bigger on one side than the other. Maybe I didn't tie my knot in the middle of it. Perfect. But different places, but it's rare that I buy it at Hobby Lobby. Michael's a place like that. I love, like, you go in Dollar General and they'll have ribbon in there, like in their season stuff. That's really, if I have like if I didn't get it at Carolina Pottery, if it's like Easter or something, it's because they had it up close. But it's rare that I buy ribbon at places like that, y'all. I love that. I like kind of bringing in the polka dot. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to add my raffia, y'all. But I can probably do that to the back. Let's see. Don't need that much. Wonder if I can put the little beads on here, on my raffia a little bit. Will raffia hold beads? Hold on, let me see. All right, I am. They cooked me some ribs and they're saying, I promised I wouldn't go over. So we may not have time to do that, but if I go back and add the lace, maybe I'll add that, because I did want to go, I swore I wasn't going to go over 9, and it is. All right, let's see. Okay, I like it with the little raffia. Y'all tell me, because, you know, I can take this raffia off easy. So y'all tell me, ribbon. I love both bunnies. I really like the lace on the second one. Lucky you didn't have to choose. Yes, I like it on it. How about with the raffia, without the raffia? I can make the raffia a little bit shorter. I just kind of thought maybe I could put the beads on it. I love both bunnies. Okay. It's my standard size to put the bunnies on. Y'all know, I don't know. I tend to always put my ribbons and bows and stuff on the same side, unless there's like a specific reason, which right now the bunny head is on the other side, so that does make more sense. Love the raffia. Yes, leave the raffia. Okay. Hey, we've had pretty weather in Mississippi. I am so glad. It's been pretty well here. Like, it was cloudy yesterday and a little bit cooler than it's been, but y'all know how I love the cool weather, so I don't complain. But Chris said that it wasn't too bad either. But it was a little gloomy out. Hold on, let me put this down. Thank you. Go eat, girl. I am. Hold on, let me give this a minute to bond really well, and it doesn't seem like it's wanting to. But I'm probably having to rush. But let me see if it's... y'all, is that not like the cutest thing? All right, I'll take pictures and I'll lace that up, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. All right, thanks.